Okay, well, I'm back. So I've been working on this, trying to solve some of the issues I was having, and I fixed some of the issues I'm having. So the problem was that, well, sometimes I give AI too much power. That was the problem. And AI broke stuff. But I was able to fix a lot of the problems. There's new code involved, so it's not just about it being broken thanks to AI, but it's also part of the um, process of allowing it to help me solve a problem. And then I thought I watched what it did. It wasn't doing major things, but apparently the little tiny thing it did was a little big thing. So um, actually, I started working with Gemini a little bit, and Gemini found a much more basic, simpler, straight to the point fix to this than 4.1 did. For example, I asked basically the exact same questions to it, and it tried to have me do all this stuff here, and it's like it was rebuilding crap. And it was changing load references and doing all this stuff. And Gemini just said, "Oh, you just need to put it in the right collection," and it just swapped out the collection, and everything worked. So yeah, Gemini figured it out a little bit better, so that's good. So again, 4.1, not that bright sometimes. Um, it's funny though, when I go online to go like, well, all right, when I'm having trouble and I want to give some code to AI on a web page, just to see if a different perspective. Um, ChatGPT is pretty good, but then again, it's not using 4.1 anymore, right? It's using whatever. Is it 4.1? Is it even? Maybe it is still using 4.1. What is it? We're not on 5 yet, are we? But anyway, I use it. It worked. I don't know. It just seemed to be pretty good. But I haven't used it in a couple of days. But because I don't like to go to the AI stuff or websites very often. But ultimately, you can see that now I've got some builds here. I was able to type in Alt CU. So Alt CU puts in a new link that I can now build a task reference from. You see, I do have a bug here. So when I click on here and I start going down this path and say I want to enter in this one, and then create a new subtask. I'm not going to do that because I want to, if I stop, it'll build it up and build the reference off of that top level item. So you see breadcrumb reference. So it just took that task because I didn't choose a second task, a subtask, or build one. So it's fine. There's my task. So it created my anchor. This is the anchor. So the purpose of the anchor is to tell this reference, hey, you got to stay attached to this. This way, whenever somebody comes in and starts typing in code, it stays with the line. It's not moving and separating and breaking. So that's an anchor to the reference. So instead of being anchored to the line, it's anchored to the ClickUp task that references it. So this allows me to do, well, okay, so assuming everything's working, if I cut this, it should go away. It basically dumps it just like that. Now, one thing it's not supposed to do is this. it's supposed to keep the reference and uh, and then it's not supposed to be considered unconfigured. It's supposed to just be orphaned. So I got to fix that. But so if I go here now, say drop my ClickUp thing, and bam, it puts it back. It puts it right where the ClickUp tag is. So I can copy and paste code in places now, and I will get my references will follow me. They'll go with me to wherever. So if you refactor your code, do something with your code that moves procedures and functions around that have your ClickUp tag on it, as long as you take that tag with you, that anchor tag, the reference will go with you. It'll move with you to the new location. However, this should not happen. Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, I see. It worked. But I think what's happening is when I put in, that's kind of weird. Okay, so if I go here, so I have this unconfigured thing, right? So if I go here, but then I go paste it. So I'll put this back, and it builds my reference. But for some reason, when I pick this guy and actually this is a bug, but it's probably not as serious as all that. See, it replaced it, but it didn't get rid of this. So there's that. Okay, so it needs to, I think what it needs to do is update here. And I think what we need to do is once we build the reference, it needs to call a refresh on the task references. So that refreshes it in memory. This way, when I do this, it goes away. So that's all I need to do. Is call a refresh to make sure that when I build it, it's referencing it correctly. So far so good. We've got a pretty good thing. I did find, like I said, there is one bug. So once I build a reference from, I need to refresh this stuff. So I have a Gemini call here. See, where do I want to do it after? Probably after every save. It's supposed to already do a refresh, but let's go see. I may not even have to use Gemini for this. Let's see. Let's go see if I can find the save. I'm pretty sure it's already doing this, but there may be a condition on it. This is going to be in the utils. It's public save task graph. Pretty sure we're doing a refresh on here. Fire change event. Are there any conditions in here? No. No information message. Save task graph. Fire change event. So fire change event, which is supposed to, I mean, unless the fire change event isn't updating the task references, it might be firing. Actually, I have no idea what it's doing. Let's go see what it's doing. Mission up here somewhere. If, clear, clean up. I don't see the root. Where's the declaration of this thing? It's an something's looking for the fire change event, but I don't know where this is. So there must be something that looks for fire change event. So that must be like a built-in event and something's looking for it. Debug clear stored references. Let's see. Clear all references. I don't want clear references. Clear references. Stuff. A lot of fire stuff going. Fire. Clear references. It's like it does it lots of times. Too many things triggering on fire change event. Clean up duplicates. Oh, I have a lot of fire change event stuff firing. I think it's probably even too much. Too many things. So I feel like it's redundant. Fire. Oh no. seems to trigger the reference state. However, the reference oh, I wonder if the timing of when the state I think that it stays in story. If I delete the anchor template, let's see what that delete the anchor template. Really good. Let's select one. And that was considered good. Considered what so I also have Gemini set right now to don't make changes. It has to ask me permission. So I say it gives me the choices and it's allow once, whatever. But at least it does the changes and says, this is what I suggest. Do you want me to do it? And you can just click go. Rather than stupid ChatGPT 4.1 will go, you could possibly make these changes if you look around these locations and possibly around those locations. It doesn't tell you where the problem is, but it says, do you want me to look a little closer? I can. And you say, yeah, look closer. Tell me how to fix it. All right. It looks through and it says, okay, well, this is in agent mode. It'll go, all right, well, this is what I would suggest fixing if you do this to the code. Would you like me? Go ahead and let me know if you want me to go ahead and apply these changes. Yes, apply the changes. There's not like an easy, simple click, go, do it kind of thing. And of course, just as I tell you that Gemini lets you do that, it doesn't actually do it. So I didn't actually ask it for a change, but oh, whoa, was it? The solution requires a significant change in the equivalence method is doing too much work. Its responsibility should be to display references, not to fetch and update them. The logic for fetching and building references details needs to be moved into the command that handles the task setup itself, which is likely in the code lines. Okay. All right. Code. Look up. Code. built. That's good. Getting. Reference. Simplify. Use. Breaking the existing I'm always up for cleaning up code. I like cleaning up code. I feel like it's a blobbery mess. And it's Gemini goes, this kind of a mess. I'm like, yeah, I know. Let's clean it. I'm glad to clean it. Modify with external editor. I don't want to modify with external file. So we'll now refactor. Will change. This change will significantly scale the logic, improve performance, fix the state management. Existing provide code lens with a much more efficient version. Focus solely on rendering the UI. Here is the code I will use for the replacement. First 45 lines hidden. There's no way it drops it down to 53 lines, but you know what I might do is before I do this, because everything's kind of working right now. I mean, there's some minor bugs, but I think I'm going to check it in. Let's see, we're going to go 3 refactor. So this will get all of my code that's pretty much working safely behind a check-in wall. And then I can go ahead and have Gemini take a shot at cleaning this up. Okay, so the code lens provider is this. And currently it is 525 lines. And I've looked at this many times, thought, this is kind of a mess. Um, it's too many lines. It feels like it's duplicating stuff. It's just not very clean. Now, Gemini thinks it can fix it without breaking stuff. And we're going to find out how true that is in just a minute. Oh, did it not check in? Why did it not check in? Oh, did I not? Oh, I see what the problem is. I had some files staged. I forgot and didn't because I didn't want. I had some stuff I didn't want broken, so I staged it to protect it. But um, I want to protect it all now because I think it's kind of working. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see what Gemini can do here. All right, Gemini, see what you got, man. Don't break anything. Plus, this allows me to do a comparison and actually see what it did. So I'm gonna go here and let's go see what it reduced it to for one thing. So it didn't do much. I mean, it only dropped 26 lines. I mean, it's a lot. Okay, 36 lines. It's pretty good. Um, so let's close that. And let's close all others. Close others. And then okay. Let's see. That's good. Go ahead. It already updated that. So let's go over to Bash here. Let's go ahead and see what it did. Let's see if everything compiles. It says it made it better. That's good. So let's go ahead and close this. And this is I mean, it dropped 36 lines of code. So and it compiled. So that's good. That means it did something useful. And we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and run this. I'm going to do it one more time because I, I didn't have that closed, and sometimes things don't compile as I think they do. So we'll hit 5 here. Go ahead and run it again. I should have basically the same functionality. Hopefully nothing got whacked, but it did reduce 36 lines of code. So let's see if everything still loads, doing everything it's supposed to. I should see a reference pop up here after everything. I should see a select task maybe. I have 4 tasks here. Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't save when I put those other actions in, so they could be out of whack. But we have these, so they're just orphaned. Which is weird. They're orphaned. That is one thing you got to save. Well, when you normally it would prompt you to save, but it's not going to prompt you to save if I'm using an extension development host. That's a different problem. I should actually add a function that goes reinsert reference, but I don't think these problems are going to exist later. I think it's just because of my my own. What the heck? I wasn't supposed to delete that. Now it's totally wonky. Okay, so let's just clear all references. Hmm, something's not quite right. Did not build my reference correctly. Now, is it not building my reference correctly because of the three factor or because there's something weird about that task? Let's go see what happens. There should be no existing reference now. It did save it. There's nothing left. Let's see if there's anything orphaned. Did have one orphaned. Now that should technically add, because it's unconfigured, it should have a plus thing here. Should be. Yeah. Hmm. All right, so I think it did kind of break stuff. Oops. Hmm. Let's do it. Seeding. All right, so it says that's expected. That's normal. It's okay. If it's normal, let's go forward. Let's do it. Let's just stick the poles up in the arms, tuck down, and shoot down the hill, man. Let's do it. Just see what happens. Weird. Okay, well, guess I am online. It's just this shows on my screen here. It says offline on both Twitch and on uh, YouTube. But according to my according to the app, it says I'm there. If you're watching, you must know. All right, let's do it. Code lens path. Yep, is the bigger. Uh, yeah. Okay, so this one went from 526 to about 400 and some. You can see it's sitting down here about 490. But this dude is monster. He's almost 590 lines. So it basically took 36 lines out of the other and increased this one by about 40 lines. I've made an excellent point. The classic outcode factor, and we've cleaned up area by moving the complexity to another task, and now that file has become overly large and difficult to maintain. It's handling every single user interaction related to task reference. This is a perfect opportunity to improve the architecture further. File is now violating single responsibility principle. I can refactor by breaking down each command into its own separate file. This will make the code cleaner, more modular. No, I don't want every command. No, we don't want to do every command. We don't want every. However, we can do. All right, so let's see a good way to break this down some. I want to go over to the actual file though. Look at it. It's got to be some good ways to do this. We got setup. We got change. All right, so we can take the maybe if we take change out, all the change, we call it edit. What is it called? That? So we have a get, we have a get task ID. Create new task. Create new task in list. Oh, okay. So that one's hmm, folder path. Get workspace folder path. This is like some of this stuff. Change assignee. Update task reference. Some of these are just big procedures, man. All right. So we're going to say well, I mean, they really just call. How big is the get task ID? It's not very big. No, it's not very big either. Basically, wrappers. Yes. And then that would take, I don't know, was it 24 to 100? That would take 24 to 165 out of there. That would almost reduce us to by about 140 lines. That drop it quite a bit. Actually, if we include the fact that it's also changed subtask, that takes out almost 24 to 194, which is about 170 lines. So that'll take about 170 lines. That's a lot of lines right there. And that's just, of course, we're adding 170 lines to this guy who is currently at, well, I guess it ain't that bad. 170 lines plus 270 would be about 440, smaller at least. So between them, they'll all get smaller. But at least this will be just, all this is the get and the sets. And then the create new, which is what it does when it's doing. So yeah, that might actually just be the best way to do that. And then what else could I do? What other reduction can we do to make this not so bad? Well, task. Ow. It hurts on my chest. In the similar files, move all the change functions. They're on edit task ID, or since they're basically just wrappers around calling in specific steps and just move them there. Okay, what else? Open and ClickUp. Could pull those out. Build reference from task ID. Build reference from task ID's job. Just That's kind of weird. Why are we? That's kind of weird because I have a function that does all this. Get list. Base detail. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look. Reference that not template in the thing that will right. So let's see what this comes up with. If it agrees with me in my determinations. I really want to get back to my other thing, and I did. I started working on it last week using my cool little new ClickupLink code, but then I thought, oh, but it's missing this. Oh, this is what it was missing. Okay, so without the anchors, without the ClickupLink anchors, when you would add code above it or delete code above it, the references were bound to the line number. So when code would move away from above, all your code would shift, but the reference would stay in place. And then depending on what you put above it, it would just shift, and it stayed in place. So of course, it was never where it was supposed to be. And I got to fix that. We got to anchor that somehow. And so I ended up creating me and the AI, my buddy AIs, generated a new process of adding an anchor, which I thought could be kind of useful if I also make it two ways. So you could both, it doesn't just create an anchor to anchor to, you can create an anchor and build the ref from it. So if you just took the ID and say click up ID, you don't have to go through the chain if you already have click up open or whatever. Or if you just want to move the ref, because there was no way to move the ref before. If you wanted to move it, you had to go build it somewhere else and delete the ref and go build it somewhere else. Well, now you could just take the click up anchor and put it anywhere you want in the code, and it'll just move to the new location. So let's see what it says. Change methods. Essentially different entry points in the same task. Redundant build reference task. You're the exact same thing. Constructing a task reference object from raw task data. This is classic task duplication code should be consolidated. We can perform the refactoring for you. Here's plan part one. Consolidate the change methods. I will move the change over this task subtask. That's good. This essentially is the entire task selection and the UI from one place. Deduplicate reference. I will refactor build task graph.ts to separate the logic that constructs the reference object from the logic that saves it. Then both the main task setup command and the build reference task ID function use this shared function create reference and the redundant code. let's see here. Go ahead with part one. I want to see it to no, all to be good be replaced with okay, so it made a suggestion that I am good with moving the stuff. Part one is good. That's kind of where I'm thinking. But the part two, it's like it wants to update this function here. This down here. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong task. This guy. This guy, which is doing a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, it does all this stuff, but yeah, it just feels like this whole thing is redundant. All right, so it's making this change. Oh, we're moving the tasks, which is good. Get task IDs. We're going to move all the change methods, or at least the ones that are relevant to that, into another file, into the file that they're essentially calling anyway. It's just different functions. The difference is the primary difference between the change methods and the other functions that are just the selects is that you don't normally call the other functions separately. I mean, I guess in theory you could, which is a whole other issue. Why don't we just call them separately? But it's because there's already information there, so we're building off of an existing reference. So it's like we have all the top parts, so we might grab in the middle and want to build from there. We don't need to go to the beginning again. So we're just going to say start in the middle. Start on the list, on the folder, on the task, on the subtask. Either way, just go from there, build up from that point. And that's what the change is doing. It's saying we can start at any point because we have the other parts. Here's the other parts. Move on. It's a little bit different now, though, because ultimately now the whole point is just get the task ID, right? So we're just going to get the task ID and we're going to pass in what we need. But those things can provide that. So yeah, that's where we're at. And so those are just pointers that are going to populate the calls so that it can fill it in. Then it's going to probably remove it from the tasks, pass necessary dependencies, and remove the now redundant methods. Update the command handlers to call methods from their new location. I have the contents of files. Now I proceed with refactoring. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this guy. And off we go. Making the changes, man. Making the changes. So that's going to grow. It's going to go from about, I don't know, 200 and something to about 400 and something, I estimate. It's first removing code. I think that's risky. I feel like it's weird. Why does it remove the code first? Wouldn't you want to put the code in first? add the copy before you start breaking the. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Wait, you did? Wait, I don't. Wait, you did? Uh, you did? It says I have successfully moved the change methods and their dependencies to get task IDs. And I'm looking at it going, I don't see any changes. Select, create new. Uh, I'm a little suspicious. It said it made a. Still kind of. Am I missing something? Like, I'm not seeing the changes. Hmm. The only thing I see are those little deleted lines that I created. Maybe I need to save that. Nope. Won't let me save it. Can I do this first? Oh, there they are. That's weird. We have conflict because of the nonsense. What if I undo my stuff here? Ah, there we go. That's all I did is remove spaces, but apparently my not saving my space removal broke its ability to update the code. So yeah, Okay, first I will modify build task graph to make it more reusable, capable of handling all reference building scenarios. I will extract the core logic into a new public method called build. This method will take a task object and a parent task object and return a fully formed task reference object. I'm a little worried about this. Build async build, a parent ref. So it's deleting a bunch of my code and adding deleting a bunch of my code. And okay, what's the disadvantage to what it's doing? I don't think there's a problem with it, so we're going to try it. It's basically compressing it into a singular function, which the reason it was built the way it is because it was built off of the multiple insertion point option of getting the task ID. But really what we're doing here is we're not doing that. So it's quite possible that it could just be built within a singular file. So we're going to find out what happens here. This is why I checked everything in advance before I let Gemini whack my code. It's going to go, oh, you don't need any of this. We'll just clean it up. So we're going to see what this does. So this could result in a much cleaner, maybe even a smaller function. Because really, what it was 203 lines of code, and he turned it into a 39 lines of code, or 41 lines of code, and supposedly it's now fully shared. But I will get folder details, list details, get list details, get folder details. I don't see how he's building the task. Promising, but I don't see no task. Folder is level. I'll save it. Ability. You got to keep an eye on AI. It will cut crap out. it will. It will cut crap out. It takes credit. It was a mistake that completely ignored the subtask logic we had so carefully built. No, I carefully built it because you and your friends couldn't figure it out after much circling around. I just don't want you whacking it. All right, so in my code, I have a function called what is it called? Get parent task details or some good thing, goofily thing. Was that it? I guess I didn't use it on this. Lookup service get task details. I wonder if that's where something is going wrong. Is he, um, parent task? I have a function that gets parent task information, and it's because, or maybe it was the list. List is no. I'll have to go find it. Called get something or other because it could. You had to pass in two values to it because it would not get it correctly if you did it otherwise. I think it's messing up. Let's see. If I think it somehow whacked it. So if I go into the service I have here called ClickUp service, and then I go down and find my function I created called, and this was a little help from AI to help her, but get subtasks. Oh, this is moving down the list. Okay, so this is only when I'm trying to get the ID, and I couldn't get the subtasks moving up. Yeah, this is building a reference, so this is not going to need. This is being called from the other function. Yeah. Utils, I guess. Is it the utils that's saving it? Oh. Mm. That's not exactly, that's not what you're supposed to be looking at. I don't know what it was doing. All right, so this is where it's being called, and that's in the get list, get task IDs. All right, so that's a different method that needs to find it. So we're fine. All right, guess we'll go ahead and try this. Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, well, let's see what happens. First, we'll go over to my bash terminal and we'll go ahead and compile everything it did. So it basically took a fair amount of code and reduced it into a fair amount less code. It took this guy, who was pretty hardy, and reduced him into a 41 line piece of code. Yeah. Get list details, get folder details. Oh, look at all those errors. I'm gonna have to give these to Gemini and go, hey dude, look at all these errors you made. Let's see. Test status. Settings. Task updated. Folder ID. Folder name. List ID. Parent task ID. Oh, maybe. We'll leave it for now. Yes. You sure you want to give me all that code? Because I don't really want to look at all that code. See the two distinct problems that I created. I made taskgetter a private property. I will make it public. Incorrect method call in task ID.ts. I am still calling the old task graph method, which no longer exists. I need to replace those calls with the new. Holy moly, moly, moly. It's getting to be major. I mean, it is a refactor of significance. I mean, he took a 200 line procedure and turned it into a single thing, which our 200 line script. And that's because I broke it out in the same steps that existed. So I had a lot of redundant calls, or not redundant calls. The, the meat of each function was there doing this stuff, but I kept passing it in and validating each thing that came through, which was no longer necessary because we weren't selecting it all. We had it all. So now it just needed to go get it all. And that's kind of where things kind of went down because it was a lot simpler to just go get it all at once, and I didn't do that. So AI will call you out, but it also makes mistakes like this. Let's see if it says it fixed the compile errors. Let's go see what it says. How many were there? It was only 8, and it wasn't that bad. I was able to fix them all in one try, which is pretty good. Something I can't always say about ChatGPT 4.1, so there is that. All right, let's run it. Let's see how broken we are. Let's see how much all this refactoring simplified and or made my life more difficult. It's already 11 o'clock. I do kind of like to call it around 11 o'clock. I've been working long days, but we'll see. 11:30 might even be a possibility if it means I might get to the end of this. And so we don't have anything here, which is possibly, hey, Nintendo, long time, man. What's the latest? Oh, I wasn't finished loading. Okay, so we got that. Let's see how Gemini works on this next step. Ba-ding. Yeah, cut that piece, and we're in. Yes. So far, so good. Now let's go try the alternate option. You've been dead. Wow, geez, dude. I'm glad you've been resurrected. This sucks being dead. Now let's try creating this puppy from this angle. So I created this cool tool, man, that's going to make my life so much easier, called ClickupLink. Oh, we got a slight problem. Dashing, you're still giving dashing a go? I should try to reinstall that on my phone because my Indiegogo isn't doing nothing. It's ending here, and actually I don't think it's ending for another couple of weeks, but it's not doing good. It's called ClickupLink. It allows me to connect my ClickUp tasks directly in code. So now I can, like when I'm tracking my project, I have my tasks and I can set their status and um, and have them linked to what I'm working on. Right then, if I need to add some stuff, I can go straight to ClickUp and it'll let me add extra stuff if I want to, whatever details I need to add. If I need to create new ones, I can do that. However, this is not loading right, so um, it was loading. I just did a major refactor with the help of Gemini, but so it does a lot of cool stuff. So I can add and track my references over here. So if I'm anywhere else in code, like I'm over here, I can click on this, and it'll take me back to that reference. So I can be anywhere in my code and I can just get to where I was last working because it shows me the current status of that item. So it says to do. If I want to change the status, I can just change it right here. I can say it's in progress. And that just updates it right there. So I have my ClickUp stuff right here in my code and it's updating in ClickUp when I do that. And I can navigate around to all of the things I've been working on in code. Rather than trying to remember what file I was in and what piece of code I was in, I can just go down to my task references and go, oh, I'm working on that one, and click on it, and it'll take me straight to that piece of code where I put the reference. And then if I want to move a reference, which by the way, this will break because this is the same problem, but if I delete this, the reference goes away. And it'll if I hit save, it'll be deleted. But if I just move it, like if I refactor my code, I want to put it in another place in the code because I'd say, I have too many functions in this file. I want to go move them to somewhere else. But if I take the ClickUp links with me, or to the ClickUp comments, I can just go paste it somewhere else and it'll rebuild it. But now it's going to be, well, that one actually rebuilt correctly. I don't know why. So, but yeah, so when I put it back in place, it'll just rebuild the reference. So I actually have, now I can see what items I'm working on in ClickUp. Plus, what's even nicer is if I'm working on a new thing, like it's a brand new thing and I don't have it in ClickUp yet, I can actually like go in, put it in my new spot. So, all right, I'm doing this new piece of code. I want to track it in my project manager. So I hit Alt-CU. It'll put in a new little link, and I click on it. And then I go, all right, well, we're working in bug tracking, but I need to create a new bunch of I need to create a new thing. So we're going to go bug fixing. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up for the purposes of this thing. But it'll go on. So all right, what's the new PBI? I want to go PBI knocking unit test options. I don't know. And then it'll give me, all right, do you want to put any subtasks in there? I was like, yeah, let's go task, and it'll go test, and adding anchor, ClickUp anchor, and then so then I do that, and it creates a brand new link that goes straight to the anchor. So this is the anchor, and this is the new reference. So I can go click on it, and it'll take me to ClickUp to my brand spanking new task I created in ClickUp, and I can edit it and add descriptions and do whatever I want. Extra stuff, I could set a due date and whatever I want in there, and I can just automatically edit it there and go get back to work. So it's like it attaches it all to my work. It's awesome. It's going to make it so much easier to work with ClickUp in my application now, because it was such a pain to have to go back and set stuff up, and then I'm trying to remember what tasks I'm working on and where they're at, and does this code I'm working on even have a thing? Oh no, I haven't set up this task. I got to go into ClickUp and find where it goes and put in another task and put in description. Now I can just do it all right there in code. So it is so much nicer. See, right now I have it set to ClickUp here, but I can just change what I'm working on. So I have my pro football simulator. I can set that one so it'll be that space, and it'll show me only those things. So I do have that in my in the simulator. Do I have that code up? I do. Here, see. So when I go up to my ClickupLink here, see, I have it set to Pro Football Simulator, which is my original title of my code. And you can see I have my references here in the code that just allow me to select the items I'm working on. So cool, so cool. And I compiled it, built it, and it's actually something I can give to people. I let them try it out. It's an extension they can put on their own code. But I've got to build up my latest fix, because I broke something with all my refactoring, but I'll have it fixed in a little bit. And then I added some new features from the first time I put it up. So I want to be able to, and then I have this little buy dev a slice of pizza option. So if people like the extension, maybe they'll click on that and go pay $5 to help me build my other stuff. So that's my little, hey man, help me out a bit. Could use all the help you want to give me if you like the tool. So anyway, if I get some testing and it works good and people are like saying, yeah, I like it, I might eventually add it to the Visual Studio library, or whatever, the marketplace they call it, where you can go look for it in the extensions, where you can go here and go type in ClickupLink and it'll find ClickupLink. Hey, look, it's right there. It's there, but that's not because it's in the marketplace. It's because I have it installed and it's showing it installed. But you should be able to type this if you want, and then you can use ClickupLink when I do put it out on the out in the world. But it's not there yet, because I have a slight problem. See how that shouldn't have done that. So really what happened is I can build a reference straight from there and it works, and it seems like putting it in at another location is working. So it's building a reference and it's able to move it, so that works. So the only thing that's broken right now is creating a new reference from a new task, which was working. All this stuff I'm working on was working, but refactor this and fix that, clean that. So right now I was working with Gemini and we managed to refactor code and drop about 250 lines of code. Pretty good to clean it up. So, but in order to, sometimes things slip through the cracks. So like one of the things I wanted to check, which I didn't do right now. Let's go Alt CU here again. The question was, what happens if I don't do? Oops. Wait, no. I so we're gonna go bug this. And then I'll pick this one. It should give me a task reference that only goes to that point. Yeah. Because there's two levels of tasks. There's the top level task and the subtask. And I want to make sure it's giving me both. And that's why I exited out. So if you exit out on the subtask menu, it'll just build it for you at the task menu. If you exit out it though at the folder or the list level, it won't build anything. It'll just assume you canceled and it'll just stay there. And if you want to get rid of it, you can actually go into ClickupLink and go to your reference and just say, I don't want it, and delete it altogether, and it just wipes it out of existence. Now, there's a couple of things, like when you work with the extension development host, it doesn't ask you if you want to save when you close. So when you close, everything that's not saved disappears, but it keeps the stuff that is saved in the VS Code storage. So when you load it, everything's like missing its anchor, and things get all wonky. So it's just the thing about VS Code. Now, if you do it in VS Code, not in the extension host, regular, if you try to close something that's not saved, it'll ask you, do you want to save this? And then, of course, if you don't save then it's your own fault for not saving. But I haven't figured out yet, or I haven't yet got to that point where I'm able to figure out how to, or I haven't put in the functionality to rebuild a reference that's still in storage that got there through some weird means, like VS Code crashed, and the link was already gone. So it's basically an orphaned link. I don't have a way to build an orphaned link short of putting the task back. So that's, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing I'm going to run into very often. But so anyway, the building a new task from a link. I'll have to see why that's not working. So I've been working. Okay, by the way, wait. Oh, it did an update, did it? Because look, my title. Oh, you can't see this. I did change my titles, by the way, all of them. I went in and changed the game. I changed the title. Everything got changed, and it didn't. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, is that really what's? Oh, I see what's going on. My restream, which I used, totally broke on me, and I had to restart. And when I did, it reset my titles. That's stupid. I didn't know it did that. You're lame, Restream. I'm really trying to get away from Restream. I have not figured out the best way to do that yet. I'm actually thinking I'm going to create another. Let's see. I'll show you this. Look. Okay, so when you use Restream, you can do this image thing, right? Where you can add a thumbnail, and it puts a thumbnail on your thing, and then you can go whatever, what's game, type this whole thing out and click up the quality to what do we call it? Comment anchor. Comment anchor. Workflow, my project tasks in. Okay, so when you do this, notice how it says, I don't know if you can see that, but it says Restream right there, and it brands, you can put, you in Nintendo, not Nintendo, in YouTube, you can see that a lot of my images say Restream on them, and I hate that. And now I can pay Restream, what do they say, $20 a month to get rid of that. While it gives you other functionality, like you can stream to more than 2 streams, and you can do all kinds of other stuff. Like I can maybe stream to multiple YouTube channels, or to Kick, or to Facebook, or whatever. I could stream to a lot of places, but you're only allowed 2 in Restream for free. But I'm thinking there is a tool, so this should be updating all that stuff, and then we're going to go over to my. We're going to go #name. I'm surprised it changed. Oh, it's because it reset my title. I did all this stuff before. Oh, and by the way, I can prove to you that I changed all this stuff. So at the beginning of today, I had it said the game has been updated to game. That's the title, and my tags were updated. So that's my proof. I did change this. So, but when Restream broke and I had to restart, it had reset those because apparently it got dumb and forgot everything I typed before. I don't know. I would, like I said, I'm really trying to get away from Restream, but the problem is there's a couple of negatives about leaving Restream. One is if I'm streaming, if I'm multi-streaming, I lose the ability to have shared chat. Restream does a cool thing where if you chat and somebody on Twitch chats, it sends the message to both, so both sides see the chat. So you could see who I'm talking to, and they can see who I'm talking to. So there's some cross-channel. Plus, it goes to my Discord as a third option. So my Discord gets the whole chat list. So I could actually go to my chat in Discord, and it just shows all my chat conversations. I mean, I think it deletes after a while, but I don't know what the limit is, but it does kind of keep track of all of my chats. And so that's Restream, sending all the stuff and keeping all those in sync, which is really cool. But then I have problems with, like, I got this stupid thumbnail problem. So there is a tool called multiple output, which allows me to stream to multiple locations. Like I could create a new target here and add YouTube, and then I can actually just stream straight from OBS to the other, but then I lose the crisscrossing. Well, I was like, well, it should be pretty easy to create a thumbnail updater, which, by the way, only works in YouTube. It doesn't work in Twitch. You can't set the thumbnail in Twitch. I don't think there's any code to do it, because I looked online. There's no way to update the thumbnail in Twitch. And I'm like, well, the only thing that's happening that Restream is doing right now is it's setting it sets my description and puts Restream blah 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 on it and puts a watermark on my thumbnail. So I was thinking, well, if I don't do the thumbnail, it won't say Restream. It won't say anything. It'll just go to my normal no thumbnail version. But if I could create an app that only updates the description and the thumbnail and don't put anything in on the thing, I might be able to do an update to the description, the tags, and the thumbnail on my own for free. Because see, my little app here that you see here, my Subtracker app, that's calling the YouTube API as well as Twitch. And I've already seen the code. I've found online the code I can do to make this update. I could probably create this little app that will allow me to put in my own thumbnail, my own description, and none of it would be branded by Restream because I'm doing it with my own code. So I could basically just not update that stuff and then just go live. Just say, forget you, Restream. What I would do is I could put it in after the fact. Like I could start it and then update it. And I I don't know. Like I don't know if my thumbnail actually updates while I'm streaming. Does it? I don't think it does. Oh, yes it does. Cool. All right, so it does update while I'm streaming. So that means if I can run the update myself on my own little applet that'll update the description and update the thumbnail, I basically remove all the Restream branding. I could just put in my own thumbnail and replace the description with my own description and won't say anything. It won't say anything. Now, I mostly do it with YouTube. I don't worry too much about Twitch. Twitch is a live platform. It goes, it's done. 30 days, it's deleted, whatever it is. So anyway, yeah, that might be cool. I might do that as one of my cool little side projects. But anyway, I got to fix this. Once I fix this, I'm done. I can get back to work on my other project on the game. Because everything else seems to be working. Now, the Gemini, I don't know if you've used the Gemini IDE. It's clunky as far as how it works. You have to use a terminal. See how I'm using this terminal here? It does work, but it's a little weird. Some stuff pops up, some stuff moves around strange. I don't know. It's funky. It's not the most graphically pleasing thing. I can't put it over here on the side and run it like it's an actual app. See how that jumped around? See, and then it gets all, I don't know. See how then it jumps way up there? I don't know. It draws weird. Now you could supposedly use Gemini's what is it called? Uh, oh, it's this thing, Code Assist. Um, but you have to pay for Code Assist. It's like this is free, well, free to like I don't know, like a thousand calls or something. It's like crazy. It's like a lot for free. Um, but the Gemini Code Assist, I think you have to pay like $20 a month. So, I mean, it's free for a little bit. I don't. It just doesn't. Yeah. Oh, if you want to use the agent, which actually does code changing, you have to like build something onto it. I don't remember how to do it. I have to go look somewhere and figure out how to add agent. You have to like add I don't know if you go into settings or something, but you can add an agent to this option. Otherwise, it's just text. It doesn't do anything. Agent is the thing that updates your code for. And I like to sometimes let it update the code for me. But again, not free. This one only allows you so much usage. So if I want to, I have to use this IDE. If I can ever get some of my my backer crowdfunding things to produce any money. I'm actually going to launch a Kickstarter tomorrow, by the way. I have an Indiegogo going, but it's at zero. It's been zero for 2 weeks. I'm not expecting it to change. Because the last one didn't get anything either. Got zero. I've done 2 now. Indiegogo, apparently not the best way to go. Indiegogo is not the best way to go. I will, however, try Kickstarter. But the thing is with Kickstarter, even if you go with the minimum, you have to get all of it. Indiegogo, Indiegogo, I do the flexible funding where you get money even if you don't hit your limit, but it has to be a minimum of $100. So, and the last time I got $40, so I got nothing. And then with Kickstarter, you have to get the whole thing, and if you go with the minimum, it's $500. Which again, not that helpful, right? I mean, it's something. It'll get me through. It's 2 weeks worth of. Well, it's actually more like 4 weeks worth of door dashing. The rate I've been going. So I would love to make $500 a month because then I can pretty much say, well, there's no point in door dashing, right? Because it's like this, the effort I put into making those things, and it gives me 500 a month. That's 500 a month, right? That's 6,000 a year, which is better than zero a year. Now, ideally, I make enough progress on this that people start getting a little more excited about the possibility, and I can start making that be, a few thousand a month. We'll see. That's a dream. Hey, people do it though. I've seen a couple of guys online who talk about how you can do crowdfunding if you can build up enough following, which means all those guys do videos and they do stuff like that, and I got to start doing that. I got to start putting more effort into my social media. Okay, so all that works. Everything seems to be going. Let me ask Gemini about this problem, and then I think I have to call it because if I don't, I'm going to end up all night long, and I don't want to be up all night long. References not being generated. You feel what? You feel it. You feel it, man. What are you feeling? I mean, I know it's referencing to what I talked about, but what? The Oh, you've been tired. Oh, yeah. Because it's late for you, man. You should have been in bed 2 hours ago, at least. I mean, it's 11:30 for me, and it's the middle of the week. Only because I have decided I'm putting in more hours a day now, and 3 days a week I work till 11:30, which means I'm putting in on some days 10 to 11 hours. I don't think I've quite gotten to a 12-hour day. Yeah, I probably have. Some days I wake up and I'm doing my workout, but if I'm doing it at home, I've been so bad. I've been working, I mean, coding while I work out. So like I'll be solving this problem and that problem, and then I'll tell AI to work on this problem, and then I do some exercise, come back, see what AI did, what it broke, try to fix it, resolve it, go back, do some more exercise, come back, work with AI some more. So I'm just doing this. So my workouts are kind of crap lately, but at least I'm doing them. The only part of the reference of the breadcrumb to be created is the. Let's see what Gemini comes up with. But yeah, I need to. My arm is really sore. My whole elbow and stuff. I've been playing a lot of pickleball lately. Not a lot, but apparently something about my pickleball swing is tweaking my elbow. It's sore, not like injured, but like I could feel the muscles just kind of tight and sore. Plus, I do a lot of pull-ups and other stuff, so I'm probably just overworking it. All right, let's see what it did. You reintroduce the inflation logic, but in much more targeted and efficient way. Okay, refactoring is still incomplete. Oh, you are absolutely right. The logic that automatically detects a new anchor comment and builds a full reference for it was lost. Turn on cleanup. Oh, nice. The old way, the original inefficient. Function used to have a loop that would check for any references that had task ID but was missing other details with tasking. If it found one, it would fetch the data from ClickUp. This is how new anchors were inflated into full references. Refactor mistake only. Well, I like how it gives itself credit, but it also takes credit. So it's if I create something, it'll say we did this earlier. Earlier it was saying like for example, it goes when we carefully orchestrated this code, or no, so I forgot to put back this code that we carefully orchestrated earlier. And like for one thing, I wasn't using you earlier or AI. I carefully orchestrated that. You didn't do anything. And you left it out of the refactor. But the AI is it'll take credit for the stuff I did, but it also, I must admit, takes credit for the stuff it did, which means when it makes mistakes, it will tell you it made mistakes. So it wants to take credit for the good things as well as the bad things. So I guess I give it that. Other AIs I've noticed, Gemini does it that way, but some AIs like ChatGPT blames me for everything, and it doesn't matter what it is. The ChatGPT 4.1 will blame me for it. You did this. Oh well, you shouldn't have done that, and you shouldn't have done this, and you did that. And I'm like, for one thing, you wrote all this code. I didn't write this code. I'm trying to get you to fix the frickin' code because it's all broken. And it doesn't give me credit for things that are done right. It'll go, oh, it'll tell me you're right about a solution. Like I'll go, this needs to be fixed. Oh, you're absolutely right. You broke this, and I will try to fix it for you. It's like, no, you broke it, and you try to fix it. So yeah, but Gemini's, I guess, a little bit better. So it likes to share on both sides. I like that it's trying to be more efficient. I didn't know there was a performance problem with the old way, but okay. All right, let's see what you do. It says it's more efficient and more targeted. So, okie. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go see. It says it fixed it. So let's go back and see if I can create a new test. Well, first let's make sure that it builds. Yep, good build. All right, so now we can go F5. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely got to go to bed, but I want to see if this works. If this works, I'll be able to rebuild it and put a new release out and have 1.6 available to anybody who wants to try out the ClickupLink extension for VS Code. I don't, and somebody will have to tell me if it works in like Cursor or Windsurf, because those are, they use a lot of the same extensions that um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they would work or not. I have no idea how you would even install it into those. When it seems to use most of the extensions to go in. Oh, look, it built it even without my telling. Remember, this was the one that was broken. And there it is. It just fixed it. I don't have any broken ones anymore to test. Let's go look at. Let's go try and get another one. Let's go drop. I don't know. Let's go try this guy. Then we'll just go. All right. Hack. Look up colon. And voila! Bug tracking all the way through. Dude, this is going to be so awesome to use. I'm so excited. This is good. Let's build it, man. Let's build it and put it to work. And get tomorrow will be me getting back to the job I'm supposed to be doing. Unless, of course, I find another problem with this, and then I'll want to fix it. But right now, so the whole point of putting in the anchors of my code was so that it could follow the code. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. The problem was it was linking itself to the line number. So whenever you would add or remove code at the top, the reference would float, basically stay in the same spot while the code around it would move. And that was not ideal. All right, so we got to package this puppy, which means I got to first create a package. Needs to go to this guy. So we're going to change it to 1.6 because that's the one I'm going to go with. I don't think I have a 1.6 yet. Hopefully I'm not creating a file that already exists. Yeah, a 1.5. I went 01, 01, and then I decided, hey man, we're at 1. And then we got 1.5, some minor updates, 1 and 2, and then 1.6. 1.6 means there's features included. If it's just bug fixes, that's the 1Z, 2Z, 3Z stuff. All right, so let's go back. All right. Oh, it got smaller. Good job, Gemini. We made it smaller, more efficient. It was. Okay, so the very first build, the very first time I built this, it was almost 10 megabytes. And I was like, that seems really large for what it is. And then the AI goes, yeah, that's pretty large. It shouldn't be that big. So we did some editing, removed some stuff, added some ignores, got it down to around 1. And then I said, well, we need to refactor a couple things. Dropped it down to around 500 kilobytes with some refactoring and some new features. Added features and reduced its size. And then Gemini, I started working with Gemini here, got my newest features added, and it got reduced even further. So I got more stuff in it for less issues. So, oh, wait, got it. We're missing some stuff. So this one has to be 1 point. So we'll dump my ClickUp link. We're now installed. What I should do is update this thing to show me what version of ClickupLink I have. Do I have that on here? Yeah, see, I like connected to ClickUp. It should like say connected to ClickUp or something. No, that's status. I need to have some kind of a thing that tells me what version it is. Oh, I wonder if I could go, let's go to here. And then we'll go to ClickupLink, which is here. Oh, this is version 1.5 there. Oh, that's because, why is that because? Oh, that's probably because it's a hard-coded value within the app somewhere. Look at that, that's totally wrong. The heck, man. I gotta update my references. Look, my whole README file is broken. So yeah, that's not how you install a link. I should just somehow give a reference to the link. Yeah, there's got to be a dynamic way to update this stuff. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But in the meantime, yeah. I think, oh, I know. I can update this file by going here. I go here, and then this guy somewhere, version, 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 version. Oops, 1.6. We have to go 1.6.1 because we're doing a new build. And that means I have to go everywhere that I have to go to the README. Let's see. Zero, okay, 1.0. Replace that with 1.6.0. There you go. Oh, that should at least make. That don't even look like the same file though, does it? Is there like a different README file that's going out? That. Oh, maybe it is. It's laid out different. It just looks better here than there. Maybe that's all. All right, so let's go rebuild it again. So we're gonna go here and go 1.6.1. I did change that to 1.6.1, right? I didn't like rank part or something, did I? Did do that. 1.6.0. As my package.json is 1.6. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're in 1.6.1. We're gonna build another one. What? Oh, can't install it because we don't have it yet. I gotta build it first. This. Now we can do this. Oh, we already uninstalled it. Oh, okay. It failed to install after it uninstalled. Yeah, now we're in there. Okay, so Control Shift P and Developer reload window. And now 1.6.1. Yeah, we're installed, man. We got the latest, greatest ClickupLink ready to go. Get some work done. It's all nice and updated. Now I just got to deploy it up to my GitHub again and make the link available to all of my 20 followers who want to check out ClickupLink. I have to do another update for it. I'm gonna do like a little video for it and put it on my I don't know, Instagram, something, not Instagram, TikTok or something. See if I can get some people want to check out this cool extension of mine, man. It's awesome, and I've been playing with it, so hopefully it'll. Oh, you know what changed? Ah, shoot, it's not control anymore. Dang nabbits quits. It's Alt CU because Control CU was causing problems, so I decided to go with Alt CU. Well, I'll change it, and that'll be 6.2. See, this is the little nonsensicals that come up. See, we're gonna go Control. I'm gonna replace that with Alt. And then we've got another one that's called Command. We're gonna replace that with Alt. Like, pretty sure it's the same. And then we're gonna go 1.6.1. We're gonna replace that with 1.2. Change that to 2. That's minor. All little stuff. I'm not even worried about that being a thing. I mean, it kind of is a thing, right? Because somebody wants to know how to use it, then they go try to use control. It's like that stupid control doesn't work, man. This guy don't know what he's talking about. It does work. I promise. It does. I have so many builds of this thing. Got to be a way to be more dynamic about this stuff. I don't like having to change that stuff manually. All right. Go back over here. Oh, no. Oh, this one instead. Oh, go here. All right, here. 1.6.2. And now it says somewhere Control or Alt CU. There you go. Alt CU will get you going, man. You don't have to use Alt CU. No, actually, I think you have to use Alt CU or you have to insert a task. You know, I didn't even insert the rules for creating a task. See, that's another thing. Tomorrow. Till next time.